Hey everyone, I thought I would show you guys what I've been working on with the Shapeoko. First thing I've done is I added a variable speed control so I can slow the router down. That was one of the things that this spindle or this trim router didn't have. So now I can control the speed with this knob right here. The other thing I've done, back up a little bit, is mounted everything to the wall. All the electronics is mounted to the wall, power supplies, controllers, and whatnot. So over here you've seen this. Now bear in mind I need to dress up all these wires. I just kind of put it up here to get everything wired in and see if it was going to work. But this is a controller here that I've been using, the TB6560 controller, which I've been very pleased with it after I've had to do a lot of work to it. Basically take it all apart and resolder many of the joints in there, and it had an overabundance of flux left on the board, so cleaned all that mess off and put some thermal grease on the controller chips themselves. So this now is working really good. The other thing I've done is I've added breakout boards to this, and now I can customize where I want the pins to go. And so I've got a breakout board here, and I got another one here hooked to the parallel port. So I can take signals out of that parallel port and do anything I want with them now. The other thing I've added is a breakout board for this DB9, which is going to be hooked up to the end stop switches and home switches and the emergency stop switch. All that'll go here once I get those in. But the other thing I've done is I've added this circuit board, and this is they call it a charge pump controller, and it's a safety device, so that if the computer locks up or goes away or whatever, it will shut down the power to the spindle. And that is also hooked up to the power switch tail right here, so I can control the vacuum and the router trim, or the trim router, with this right here. So the way this works is up here on my software. This is using Mach3. I've got the spindle motor is actually turned on right now. So when I hit reset, now the software is up and running, and I know for sure because I come over here to the charge pump controller and I get an LED lighting up, and what this LED is doing is telling me that the software is up and running. The microcontroller that's on this board is monitoring a heartbeat signal that's being sent from the software via the parallel port. So as long as that heartbeat signal is there, then this relay here is active. When this relay is active, it will send a 5-volt signal into the controller, and then the controller is waiting for a signal to be sent to turn on the spindle. When that signal is sent, then via this wire right here comes back over to the power tail, and the power tail turns on the spindle. So the way this works is I'm going to simulate sending an M code, and we come up here to my software here, and I come over to pins, and right here, pin 14. This pin right here, when that pin goes low, then that will turn on the relay that's on the controller, and because the software is up and running, it will go ahead and send the signal to the power tail. So let me go ahead and cancel that, and hit my reset button. Yep, my charge pump controller is working, so that's good. Now I'm going to simulate sending a code to turn on the spindle, and so that's this one right here, the spindle doggle. If I turn that on, router's running. Now I can't come over here, turn it down with the speed controller now, turn it up, or I can turn it off. I can turn it off from right here. So if there's an emergency or something, I can turn it off here. I'm going to have a big yellow button up here that I can be able to press to shut everything down as well. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, getting everything kneaded up, putting everything up on this piece of plywood. Makes it so much easier to work, and I've been trying to figure out a good way to deal with all these circuit boards and such. So anyways, coming along quite nicely. I got a few more parts to come in. Let's see, the end stop switches, the home switches, and the emergency shutdown switch. Those I've got to get those in and get things wired in. So anyway, until then, have a great one. Bye.